Okay, everybody, welcome to Rust, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a suitable solo, duo, and if you can, trio base called Chicken Nugget. Now, I named this because it looks like a McDonald's chicken nugget. Now, I haven't had a McDonald's chicken nugget in years, but, you know, it always works. But, so, first of all, you are going to want to take the, you're going to want to first, I'm just have it on stone, set to stone. Obviously, you're going to have to upgrade, but it's just for ease of use, and so it doesn't take too long. So, first of all, you're going to want to start, with your base. This could be woods, like, this could start as wood, but, you're probably going to want to make with a, this is a 1x2 airlock. So this is kind of like your base of the whole base. So obviously you're going to have your TC and your two wooden doors. And I'm actually just going to use a, I'm just going to use key locks, even though it can be a duo, maybe even trio base. But it's just so it doesn't take too long. I don't want to type in my code every time. So this is kind of what you start with. Obviously, you can put like boxes right here, right as you start off. This might even be wood, But then once you finish with that, you are going to want to, if you want to have a storage efficient base, then you should definitely add a shucks. But you're gonna want to add a usually that'd just be twig, but because I'm on a build server, it's not. And then you're gonna want to place that nice thing for any extra storage you want to have. Now, obviously, you don't have to place that. It's way more storage efficient, and you can get a lot more out of your base with that in there. Then usually you just make a box, and then so this is where the storage efficient and very crammed part of this base comes in. So first of all, you're gonna want to place one chest right here. Make sure it's tight against the wall. And sometimes you just have to find that sweet spot. Okay. Make sure it's tight up against the TC, and boom. And then you should just be able to pop one right there. So that is your chests. You're going to want to do the same thing up here just because it can save you a lot of storage. Shucks. Here we go. So that is our storage. If you truly did want to, you can just go to your items and put like a lantern or some type of campfire. Just you could put a campfire or a lantern right up here if you'd want to like cook something, because honestly, in this base, you're not going to have much room to do that stuff, like to have like a cooker or anything like that. So you could just make that twig and pop that right there, and then destroy that. Ah, shucks. But you get what I mean. You could just place a lantern. Then once you finish with that, you can you're most likely not going to go much farther than this. You might have a, maybe a tier 1, and that's pretty much it. And probably a furnace or two. Should just chill on here. So, that is part 1 of the build. That is usually like right as you start wipe. A little farther in, you might get a little scrap, that type of stuff. So then once you're finished with that, you can expand off it like this. Like that. Like that, and so this is kind of your floor plan. This is all you need to add, like right off the bat. This is kind of like when you're just starting to upgrade, because if you do this like really start wipe, because this costs like an additional 4,000-ish stone. For some reason, the build cost is not working on the server. I got it stuck on the raid thing. Now it won't go off. Like I'll throw build cost on, and it just goes back to raid counter. Which actually, I did build this before, and that was the raid cost. Like how much it costs to well, that's walls and doors. Okay, so this is kind of like your start. You could probably make this part wood. You could probably pick that out later, so that and by now you'll probably have a sheet metal door, so you can throw that on there. Get your key lock, and then boom. So this is kind of like your basic upgrade. This is what you probably do right in the beginning of the game. If you'd like to, you can add a repair bench right here. And if you'd like to, you can throw 2 chests under here. Like so. And that's like if you want a quick depot loot and get back out there, you know? Once you are finished with this part, I recommend putting any of like just these wall frames, just in case you want to put like garage doors in or anything such like that. So then most likely you'd be upgrading your doors, those types of things. So I'm just gonna speed through this. Okay, so once you've upgraded your doors, you're most likely gonna want to put your new ones down. Put your sheet metals, or if you're poor and you don't have much sheet metal, you can make like 1. I'd recommend having the inner door being sheet metal, and the outer door, if you don't have it, wood. Or if you have 2 sheet metal doors, maybe have them right here and put a wood door right here. It doesn't matter how you do it. You can just do it. Okay. So most likely, I totally forgot, but you're probably gonna want to have a bag down. That's a no door. But for now, that works. That's your duo base right here. Obviously, if you want to have it in this specific order, you can obviously move things around, those types of things, to make it a trio base. But I highly recommend it for a solo or duo. It's just it's so compact that it would only fit those types of wipes. Okay, so once you get that finished, you're usually just gonna leave that off. But actually, whoops. You're probably at the stage where you maybe got a research table, those types of things. So I'm just gonna pick up these bags. You're probably gonna want to. It's just it'll save space. Just throw this on here. Put a key lock if you really need to. And at this stage, you probably should have a tier 2. Place your workbench right here only. You can place your 1. There we go. So you're gonna want to see it's such a difficult base design because of how crammed everything in here. But once you got it working, it works. 5 chests, research table, 2 furnaces, and a tier 2. So once you're finished with that, you can put anything you want in here. You can, if you want to, you can keep like your tier 1, just throw it right here, you know, just if you want to continue researching stuff from using the tech tree. But once that's finished, at this point, I'd say you probably have maybe a garage door, so you're gonna want to make one. If you want to, skin it with what you want. I want to put my well in door. That's poggers. And then, so then just replace bag and your pog. So now you have a nice garage door for all your good loot. So once that's finished, you're probably going to want to place a nice metal shop front. I keep creating 2 even though I only need 1. 1 right there, and a double door right here. So this is kind of how far you get with just like 1 floor. Now, if you don't want to have a 2nd floor, you can add like back here you can add some honeycomb like so. We will actually be doing this to the base, so I'm just gonna leave it like so. Just add some honeycomb if you need to. I'd fill the honeycomb just because then it's a higher raid cost, but for ease of time, well, for not much time, I have to just throw this on. Okay, so this is your basic base design. See how it looks kind of like a chicken nugget, but you got your TC, your just your normal like research table, those types of things. You got your airlock. And now, if you don't want to continue watching, I'd recommend that you put some type of roof. Maybe if you want to, you can have like a roof access for if you want a. So you could probably do something like wrong side. Probably do something like this. Put a door up here, and you can have a nice place for your heli if you really do want that. So, but you're not doing it like that, and okay. So, for the people that actually do want to make a nice duo, trio type base, you're staying here. Okay, so now that we have gotten past the people that don't want to have a nice 4-floor base. Cool. So, now that we're finished with their basic stuff, we're just gonna upgrade all this because this is like late game. You've got all your crap. You've got all this crap. You've been farming for hours. So, you can place your tier 3 right here. Sadly, you're only gonna get 1 single furnace in here, if I can even get it in here, like so. And yeah, so that's all you can get in here now. But you could probably move your furnaces out here or something like that. So then with this, you're probably going to want to place your garage doors. I recommend having 2 garage doors here. Make sure this one's out and this one is out so that people can't see that there's garage doors right here from inside here. So, and with that, place one right here. And of course, one to the, now you can place one right here if you really want to. If you don't, then don't. I accidentally, left that on for too long, so let's just pop us a floor in here. Now, we are going to throw a, so all we're going to do is just wall this off. Okay, so now that we have our second floor walled off, you're going to want to make this and that honeycomb. It just stays there. You're going to want to make, I turn this inside out just because. Okay, so then that is honeycomb. So that's pretty much all the honeycomb that you're going to want to be doing. I mean, never mind. You're going to want to have this middle one too. So you can have this one part right here, honeycomb, like downstairs, but if you want to, you can have it like some type of place for like furnaces. You can have your other workbenches here. Although for improved like I want to have a high raid cost. Just make a honeycomb. Put your wall frames in for any garage doors that you might want to put in here. I recommend throwing down one bed right here. And you can put like drop boxes on the walls. You can put like just stuff on here so that you can get like quick gear sets and that stuff. So now I'm just gonna spice it up and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is your base. So this is your second floor base. If you don't want to go any farther, obviously, just if you want to have roof access, plop some stuff right here, you know. But for everybody that's feeling good about their base and wants to add third floor, you've got it. Okay, so that was your third floor. Very simple. Now either you put it on this side, doesn't matter what side. Just place down this like that. And that is your access. Now this is for anybody that wants to have a roof access just on the 3rd floor. No peek downs whatsoever. So now this is for peek downs. Leave this roof access as is because we're gonna need that just right there. Okay, so okay, so this is what it should look like from a sky view. For floors, 1 trapezoid, a longer trapezoid, triangles, and so like so. So you can pause the video if you'd really like to on that. Look at the floor plan, see how I did it. Those types of things. Okay, so. Oh, frick, I forgot about this. Scratch that. We have to put a floor right here. So, now this is the improvised, whatever. Okay, so that's the floor plan right now. Beautiful. Okay. Ouch. And if you want to add another peek down, you can put it right here. Although, I feel like it just sticks out too much. Okay, well, now that you've done this, I recommend getting some type of, so horizontal or vertical will work. Make sure you have these metal window bars, or if you're feeling like you don't have that, or you could do window bars. Obviously, the better is the window bars, and I like the vertical. Okay, so this is your current base. It looks a bit odd, but trust me, it works. It works quite well. That's funny. That's a bird peeking into my window. It's just poking its head into it. That's funny. But, other than that, get your ladder hatch. If you do not have it, again, I said you can improvise something. Maybe have this be a jump up. Something like that, so that you can at least get to the roof. And you can put like a roof access type thing. Doesn't matter which side it's on. It's easiest if it's just back here, because then it's accessible by all ways. Okay, so that is your shooting floor and part of your base. Now, obviously, put your roofs down. You can go heavy with the metal, or you can go light with the stone. That is the base. Now, obviously you can add things. You can do any sort of modification to it that you wish. This is just a recommendation. If you don't want to do it the same, I fully feel you. Then if you want to, if you need power, make this 3 high. Place a triangle on top. And if you want to, you can have some sort of contraption where you put like ladders up here and then have a ladder hatch on top where you can just get up here. Or you could just leave it how it is and place these 4. There's 2, 3 right there. Grab your giant windmill, wind turbine. Place it right in the middle. And that's it. And if you want to make sure that no people get into this, you can place a SAM turret, you can place a normal turret, and if you can place turrets around here. As I said, make any modifications that you need to this base. This is just a recommendation. Now you could place like shotgun traps, although I would recommend placing shotgun traps. That's what I mean. You could place one right here. If you're feeling like you want to, you could place even 2, like 1 right there, 1 right there, and then 1 down here. And that's the base, honestly. It's not that hard. It really isn't. Well, other than that, I would recommend the final thing is that if you want to be prepared for a raid, I should have done this earlier on, but definitely upgrade this to I'd change out this door for a armored door if you even have one. If you don't, it's fine. Although it's gonna be a lot easier to raid if you don't. But even if you don't, I'd recommend either sheet metal or armored. I'm just gonna go to armored because why the heck not? It'll make wall raiding super hard and really expensive. And I mean really expensive. I mean really expensive. Because that's almost double the C4 or double the rockets. Once it's all upgraded, make sure your roof and your floors are upgraded so that they can't just get through these. If I can even upgrade this floor. If you need to, just move your bag. Boom. And that's it. And you can replace that however you need. I'm just not going to take the time to fully place it down how it needs to be. I'm just going to throw the armored metal door down. Like so. Gonna wanna move that. Have it out. And playset. So, honestly, it's a very simple base design if you're just a duo. It starts off with a 1x2, and it eventually expands into this monstrosity that it is. Obviously, as I said, any modifications, add more honeycomb, add a external TCs, add walls, add large furnaces. It doesn't matter how you do it. It's just a base that is meant to be, it's meant to work as it should, and meant to be not a very cheap raid. Sure, it's not going to be expensive as a 4x4 or a 3x3 or even a 2x2, to be completely honest. But for a duo, a solo, duo, trio base, it works like a charm. So I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please smash the like button. That sounded so stupid saying it, but please do. If you did enjoy these types of tutorials, go check out my card tutorials. And I will.
I take this shit from the highest league. You can never be as high as me. No, I ain't never been to college, but I got that flow that come right out of Ivy League. She wasn't religious, but she came to kick it, and now she be telling me I believe.